Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your coach Renz, and today I want to thank you for joining me on our continuous journey of developing into our greatest version of ourselves by exploring the 360 degrees of who you are. Now, today we're going to talk about a very existential moment that I had over the last couple of days, and I want to share some of that with you guys. I have been studying Confucius and Nietzsche over the last couple of days, just reading some of their material, and I want to share some of that with you guys, and hopefully you will take some of this with you and improve your life and become better. But first, I want to thank everybody who's joining me for the first time. You hit that subscribe button on YouTube, hit the bell icon so that you'll know when I drop new videos or we doing a live or anything like that. Here's the thing. Please continue to support the channel. Please support the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Become a member. Become a Patreon. Support by going to Uncle Ren's Popcorn. Here's why. Your support enables me to continue to do these videos. And in this moment of studying, Confucius recommends that you take moments of silence. That you take moments where you're not watching television, you're not streaming anything, you're not watching anything, you're not listening to music, you're not creating any sounds or distractions. Of course, there may be the sounds of nature. I mean, if you have a padded room where you can go into and it's soundproof, then go into that room. Go into the most quiet place you can find. And just be in silence and dwell within yourself. Confucius said, wherever you go, you are there. It is meant as a literal, wherever you go, you are there. But when you travel inside yourself, you are there. The real you is there. And I took a few moments of silence over this week, only to find myself is there. And to recognize that self. Now, Nietzsche, however you pronounce his name, he talked about and is considered the father of the existential movement, which is really about, even though the slogan is God is dead, it is not the literal God is dead aspect of it, but the more philosophical point of view that you will never truly understand the creator nor the universe or whatever you follow until you truly understand self. That the goal of human beings is to develop into your Uberman, as he says it. To become the greatest version of yourself, to grow beyond the physical realm of who you are, and really enter what the Gospel of Thomas talks about, into the full-on aspect of your spirit being while in this kingdom around you. Be able to open your eyes and see everything around you. Confucius said that everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. In the same way that the kingdom, that beauty, that abundance is all around you. Your Superman or woman is within you and all around you, but most people can't see it. And the reason, one of the main reasons we can't see it is because all of these outside influences have compounded us to become something that we are not or should not be, or something that we never chose to be. Babies come into the world. You were born into this existence, free of anyone else's thoughts or opinions of what you should be. But then you learned a culture, then you learned a race, then you learned a gender, then you learned how to be selfish or greedy. You learn how all these things. When you came into this world, you purely was just willing to give love and receive love, to have nourishment and to give nourishment. That's how you came in, but you developed into what everybody else decided you should be what culture decided you should be, what nation decided you should be, what language you decided you should be. And language does make a huge difference as to who you are. The language you speak, how you speak it, makes a huge difference. All these things, you came into being because someone else decided it for you. And I was having this moment because I was contemplating how I would want to live my life. Confucius taught that if you cannot live the same day 1,000,000 times, then that is not the life for you. That however your life is structured right now, if you can't continue that existence, it is not for you. If the work that you do is not the work that you would want to do every day, it is not for you. The time you spend with people, those aren't the, if you don't want to spend every day with those people, they're not the people you should be around. However your day is, however your life is. And I'm going to expand that to more than just a day. I'm going to expand that into a week. If you have a week and you look back at your week and say, I can repeat this week every week, that is not the life for you. I work every day. Every day. I work anywhere from 8 to 12 hours every day. And Nietzsche says that if you are giving more than a third of your day to anything that is not what you have decided how you want to give it, then you are a slave. That 2/3 of your day should be however you have decided your day is to be. Whatever makes you happy. Now, for some people, they may find that in their work. I cannot say that in my work I find that. My days will be filled with 1, making videos with you guys, 2, coaching people, 3, being on a stage, coaching people, talking to people about this sort of thing, making your life better, and processes to create that for whatever your life is. This morning was a great thing for me because in teaching my 360-degree business mentoring class, which only is supposed to be an hour, which always go an hour and a half to 2 hours, I get that opportunity to do that thing that I love doing, to live that life the way I would love to live it. Some of the only changes that I would make is where I live and the things around me that allow me to do certain things. I would spend a good 4 to 6 hours of my day studying, reading philosophies, studying archaeology is how I would spend my days, studying archaeology, reading philosophies, and then imparting what I have gained to you. That is how I would spend my days. That is why subscribing and becoming a member is so important to me, not because of to be able to say, oh, I have, right now I have 5,060 subscribers on YouTube. It is not for me to be able to boast that number. It is not for me to be able to boast a number, oh, I have 100,000, I have 200,000, I have 1,000,000 subscribers. It is not to boast those numbers. It is purely because it would afford me the ability to do this thing that I love doing, that gives to you, but also gives to me on a daily basis for the majority of my day. To be able to live the life, a lesser stress life, and spend that loving with my wife and my family on a daily basis is why you need to subscribe and join and become a member, or join me on Patreon, or shop at Uncle Ren's Popcorn. That is the rationale to that. And even in building Uncle Ren's Popcorn, it is for legacy, not so much for me to have, but to have something that stands out that says, hey, you can do this as well. Whatever your goal, your dream is, you can do it as well. You see, our goals can be the same, but Confucius teaches that we can have different processes to those goals. And even in your process, if the goal should remain the same, but the process can change. The how and the what can change. So one of the things I taught my students this morning is that have your why, and let that why be strong and stand and solid as granite, but allow for the how and the what to be able to change. The how and the what can always change, right? So you have to ask yourself those questions. What is my why? Establish your why, and look at processes of how and what can get you there, but be willing to change the how and the what. I love my gourmet popcorn shop, but if at some point it would show itself not to be able to provide my why, I would change it. If real estate was not able to provide my why, I would change it. Whatever it is, if YouTube disappeared, I would find another process for my why. It doesn't matter if my why or my how, it is as long as my why is there. So your why needs to be strong and embedded in you. But here's the thing. Most people do not know what their why is. Most people haven't taken the time to say, if I could live a week however I wanted to live it, not how society has said, not this big old house and all these cars and all this money and all this and all this and all this. Let's be honest. Only 1% of the population will ever have earned income of $1 million or more. 1% of the population. That's not going to be you. 10% of that population, up to 10% of that population, 1 to 10% will have incomes that is 150 and above, right? So the majority of people, 90% of the people will have incomes that is 150 and below. So you have to find how you can live the life that you decide to live, that you desire to live, that is your why, that fits you, just you, within the realms of 150 and below. Because that is where most people will be. Period. Most people will be there. What does that look like? What is your day-to-day activity? And get into the details. What time do I wake up? What do I do when I wake up? Where do I go? How do I earn my money? How do I eat? How do I dress? What events am I participating in? Where am I living? What is the weather? Many of you know living in America is not the place for me. Not because of all the issues in America, that's part of it, but not solely because of that. The weather in itself is one of the reasons why America is not the place for me. I am a tropical person, and Florida will not do. I need the Caribbean. I need the equatorial areas of South America. I need Africa. I require a tropical area to live, and I am going to get there. I require a certain time in my day, enough time to study. I must have time to study. Without time to study philosophy, archaeology, without time to study these ancient civilizations, my life will not be complete. Without the opportunity to express this knowledge. Now, as Confucius teaches, I only look to express it to those who are willing and looking for it. I am not the type that I would force my opinion on you or anyone else. If you, when I see people drop from my as a subscriber, a part of me feels like, oh man, I lost somebody. But another part of me is saying, oh great, because I do not provide what that person is seeking. So I would not want them to be bothered by anything that I'm bringing because I'm not providing what they need. I only want to provide for what people who are looking for something that provide for what people are looking for that I'm providing. It sounds crazy to me, but it sounds right. But that's all I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So to see the numbers go up or go down, it doesn't bother me as much. The only part about it is it's what I would want to do for the rest of my life. So I do have to bring it in such a way that does encourage people to subscribe and to become patrons and members of YouTube. But at the end of the day, other hows and whats are being established in order to facilitate it even more so, right? I can teach the 360-degree business mentoring program because I've done it. You know, I went through the processes of my Financially on Fire program. I went through the process of building the business plan, of building the crystal clear marketing plan. I built a business and sold it. I built another one and sold it. I'm building Uncle Ren's popcorn. So I've built businesses that I can point to, and they were established and are established. I can point to them. So they are my proof in the pudding that I can do them. That what I'm saying to my students is not the I've never done it, I've studied it, and so now I'm telling you. It's as Confucius teaches, if I hear a thing, I will forget it. If I see a thing, I will remember. But if I do a thing, then I understand it. And since I've done it, I understand it. And when you understand something, it becomes a part of your wisdom. And you're able to impart that wisdom to those who recognize that they are ignorant of it. And the wisest person is the ones who realize what they are ignorant of. I constantly realize every day that for as much as I know, it shows me how much I don't know. For as many civilizations that we have discovered, there are 10, 20, 30 times more that lie undiscovered. That for ways of understanding the universe that I know, that there are conscious levels of understanding that I don't know. But I am forever seeking to improve and grow, to become greater, to have a deeper understanding and a deeper connection with myself, and then a deeper connection with my family. You see, many people want to cure the nation. Let me go higher. Let me say it the way Confucius says it. If you want to save the world, then you must first find order in the nation. In order to have order in the nation, you must first secure the family. But in order to secure the family, you must first secure yourself. Find order within yourself. Grow and develop who you are. Become your greatest version of who you are. Treat people how you want to be treated. Treat your family how you want your family to treat you. And then have your family treat others how they want to be treated, how your family wants to be treated. And then the nation must treat the world in how it would desire to be treated. You see, a nation wouldn't want to be conquered by another nation, so don't go off starting wars to conquer other nations. If you don't want other people trying to force you into a religion, then don't try to force others into a religion. If you don't want other people trying to force your government to be a certain way, then stop trying to force someone else's government to be a certain way. If you don't want somebody coming into your house telling your family how to exist, don't go to someone else's house telling their family how to exist. If you don't want someone berating you, telling you how you should be, don't say the same to someone else. If you want kindness, be kindness. If you want love, be love. You see, we wouldn't need all these laws of the world if we just followed that simple law of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And 500 years before that was written, Confucius said pretty much the same thing. And 500 years before him, Buddha said the same thing. And 1,000 years before it, Buddha, Krishna said the same thing. And before that, everybody has said the same thing. But yet, we don't follow it. We don't follow it. Putting it into action gives us the understanding of it. We have to put these things into action. So, in that, I will continue to strive and do more teaching, to bring you more information, to teach you more. And in teaching you, I teach myself even more. Because every time I do this, it is a constant reminder to me of where I need to improve within my life. So we are all in this together. We are all on this journey together. And as Confucius said, if I am on a journey with two people, I will learn from at least one of them. So y'all have a great day. Remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.